Genshin Impact is celebrating its 4-year anniversary with a bunch of different things, including the event Mementos of Teyvat. Hi, I'm Ray, and join me as we play through and reminisce. So I'm really excited for this, just to see all the different places where we can take pictures and kind of like reminisce a little bit about our journey through the game, through Teyvat and all of that stuff. So we will go to our first picture taking area. Has to be someone with a sword at a certain time of day. So we will do that now. Oh, it's raining, of course. Well, we'll see how many of these we can take with Traveler, because I think that would be nice. We're gonna reminisce a little bit. I remember coming over here the first time and like, I was just so amazed. This was one of the first games that I played that was open world like this. And I was just going all over the place, just like trying to explore as much as I could. Always try and catch the fishes. The fishies. And then coming up over here and seeing Mondstadt for the first time. I didn't really know what to expect at this point in the game. Like, I don't know if a lot of people knew. When I first started playing, I never watched any of the trailers. I had no idea what was going on, really, or what kind of like, I kind of knew what the main preface of the game was, you know? Like, you and your twin are separated and you wake up here and you're just trying to find your twin. But I knew nothing of like any lore that was given to us at the very start of the game, or even before the game came out. Because Genshin was releasing trailers really early. But I got into the game from watching someone stream it. And I was like, oh, this looks like a really cute, fun game. I want to try it out for myself. And then the rest is history. Hi, Amber. Hey, it's you, Ray. Fancy meeting you in Whispering Woods again. What are the odds? It's been a while, hasn't it? What have you been what have you been busy with lately? To keep a record of the places you've been. Commemorate my legendary career with. Keep a record. That makes sense. This place is so beautiful and serene. It really does make for good photos. This is my favorite patrol segment when I'm out on scouting missions. This is where we met for the first time, too. I even mistook you for some kind of suspicious character back then. I'm getting embarrassed just thinking about it. After all, it was thanks to your help that we averted the crisis with Dvalin and restored peace to Mondstadt. But your brother, I put up so many missing posters, but it seems like it wasn't of any help. You did all you could. Thanks, but still please feel free to tell me if there's anything I can help you with. Amber, Outrider of the Knights of Avonius, Mondstadt's gliding champion, and your friend, at your service. In that case, step into frame, please. No problem. What kind of pose do you think I should do? Let's go with a fun pose. Yes! Awesome. Oh. Oh. Is that better? Yeah. I like this one. This is it. That's the one. It's a little blurry, but that's fine. Aw, I really miss Mondstadt, and I can't wait until we get a little bit more to the area. I'm glad that, I mean, I hope we get more to the area. I would hope. It'd be cool to expand this way. And will we ever get the horses? Will the cavalry captain ever get his horses? The world may never know. Who knows? Oh my gosh, this whole area. I remember I was terrified of this area. I was terrified of this place. Fighting Dvalin at the time, because it's your first boss fight, it was scary. It scared me. Dvalin's story was kind of sad too, and Venti. This is where we learned about Venti. More of Venti's backstory and Dvalin's, I think. It was really nice here. Oh, it's cute. Yeah, Dvalin was the first fight that I was kind of worried for, especially leading up to it. And you had to fight Andreas too. Quite the it was quite the lead up. It was very dramatic, and I remember at times you weren't sure who was. I mean, there were so many like red flags about like if a character was going to make it or not, I feel, and it was very worrying at the time because I was like, are we ever like I wanted the game to get more serious and heavy, but I don't think we were ready for that as a collective fan base. If something were to happen that early in game, I don't think it would have been good. But this whole area was done really nicely. It's very sad. But Mondstadt was a great starting point of this whole journey, I feel. It was very well rounded. So our journey began in Mondstadt, and Amber was the first Knight of Favonius that we met. She accompanied us from the Whispering Woods to the city of Mondstadt itself. With the guidance of the winds, we visited many places, from the Knights of Favonius to Stormterror's lair. Up next, on our little trip through memory lane, we're going to Liyue. Looks like we're going to Wangshu Inn. I really like Dragonspine as a concept and just like looking at it and going through it, but to explore in it, oh my gosh, I wasn't a big fan, but it was a good like interlude, so to speak, between chapters. I can't remember what chapters it was between, but it was a very pretty place, and the music was top tier. I mean, all the music for Genshin is just top tier. Must be a polearm character. I mean, I guess we have to do Xiao in this case. His story, oh my gosh, his story was really good. I'm not gonna go through all the characters, but his story was very good. Very touching. Oh, that's good. What the heck? Yes! Xiao was also another character. During the Chasm update, I'm trying to be kind of vague in case people that watch this haven't seen or played that part. But the Chasm, you know what I mean when I say the Chasm and Xiao. That was a very trying time. We'll say trying time. But we learned a lot about Xiao on our journey to Liyue and through Liyue and everything. He seems very cold on the outside, but he's very protective and caring, just in his own way. He's one of those characters for me. I just want to like bundle him up and squish him and put him into a little blanket burrito and cuddle him. You know, like I don't want anything bad to happen to him. He's very. I like his character and how his character has developed over time throughout the game, because he has grown. Most of these characters, we were able to see their transformation. We see like how they acted when we first saw them versus how they acted now or like later on in game. So he's a character that has progressed and grown, and that's really cool to see. Okay, so you come up here. You hear the music of Liyue, and you're like, oh, this is nice. And then you see Liyue tucked in the corner. Oh, it's beautiful. It was such a beautiful way to be introduced to a new place, a new area in game. Gonna collect that. And then when the lights come on at night, Liyue, for a very long time, became my favorite place in Genshin. Anywhere in Liyue became my favorite place in Genshin. From the music to the scenery. It was a gorgeous way to be introduced to this place, I should say. I'm not sure how other people have come across Liyue, but I think majority did by going up the ramp and up the stairs and then down. Or maybe you flew down. But yeah. Oh, I can see Xiangling. That's the thing too, a lot of the 4-star characters from the beginning of the game, a good portion of them, they become people's favorite characters, and characters that you can use in a bunch of different team comps, which is awesome. It's you! Long time no see. Funny, I just mentioned you to Goba yesterday and here we are. I guess that's why they call— oh, I guess that's what they call fate, huh? Ah, right. Where are you headed? I was going to take a picture of this bridge. I was looking for people to take pictures with. Photo taking? Oh, that's a coincidence. I've taken an interest in that lately myself. We've been using the same poster at the restaurant for so long. It's high time we got a new one. I've been thinking that we could draw a passerby in more easily with some beautiful shots of our dishes. As the old saying goes, a fine meal is 3 parts color, 3 parts aroma, 3 parts taste, and 1 part advertising. Of course I added that last bit myself. Dad always talked about the first 3. It's as common culinary wisdom as can be. Hardworking as always, huh? Thanks. Finding rare ingredients, creating new dishes, learning how to advertise. I've still got a long way to go in my culinary journey. Now that you mention it, it's been a long time since our first meeting, hasn't it? But many things have stayed the same too, haven't they? You're still traveling, and I'm still coming up with new dishes. It's my goal not only to keep Wanmin Restaurant open, but to make it better and better. So long as I've got strength in my arms, I'll be stir-frying and wok-tossing even when I'm an old granny delivering delicious, piping hot dishes from pot to plate. Remember to stop by for a meal often, alright? A meal more often, alright? I will. Alright then, it's a deal. Alright then, I'm kinda getting off topic here. You were talking about taking some pictures, right? Need any help? Yup. Oh, sure. Let's have a joyful pose. Yes! That's awesome. Yeah. That's good. Nice hanging out with you, Xiangling. Thanks for letting us take pictures. After passing Wangshu Inn atop its giant tree and the shallows of the Guili Plains, we arrived at Liyue Harbor. We had an acquaintance in Liyue, Xiangling, head chef of the Wanmin Restaurant. No matter how far we've come, we always return to Liyue for the Lantern Rite each year, sampling our old favorites at the Wanmin Restaurant and spending the holidays with our friends. Inazuma's next. Oh boy. Coming here to Inazuma. Oh my goodness. This was also one of my favorite places. Not so much here, but the music in Konda Village became my favorite. It was gorgeous. Seeing the different colored trees, it was such a beautiful new layout that I feel represented its inspiration very nicely. Very beautiful. Although Inazuma was the second time I got really nervous for characters. And it was also the first time I cried over a character. Not over who you might think, and definitely not over a certain harbinger. But it was over one of the supportive characters. That's all I'll say. But this story was very interesting. The fortune slip I received at the Grand Narukami Shrine stated that great fortune shall be with me and that I should expect a reunion. It seems the reunion was to be with you. It's been a while, right? We're here to take pictures of Inazuma City. Ah, an elegant pursuit. To take pictures of scenery one has witnessed is to remind oneself of one's journey thus far. And what about you, Kazuha? I have presently made plans to meet Mr. Nakatsuki at the tea house to discuss the art of the tea ceremony. He is well versed in the relevant disciplines and is a regular there. I can't. Are you an expert too? I studied for a long time in my youth, but my knowledge then was quite shallow. I found it all the more fascinating while revisiting it for study as of late. For example, the nations differ in their manifestations of said ceremonies. For Inazuma, we emphasize the spirit of purity and tranquility. Liyue's Xiaoying village also produces tea, and the people of that land lean towards harmony and authenticity. These differences also reflect the two people's differences in living habits. Most fascinating. You're a real lover of learning. Hardly. In truth, I did not return here solely for that. This is the land of my birth, and so it remains, though I was once compelled to leave. Returning every once in a while, seeing people I knew in my youth, spending time in familiar places. I feel as if I still have roots here, which relieves the cares of my wanderings. To use cameras to immortalize such memories is a wonderful idea. We wanderers need our anchors more than anyone, after all. Anyway, that's quite enough about me. I don't wish to take up your time, but if you need any aid, simply say the word. Step into frame then. Easily done. A relaxed pose. Of course, how does this look? A perfect for it. Oh, that's nice. There we go. Yeah. Speaking of characters that had growth in their journey, Kazu had a lot of growth. The Inazuma quest, oh my gosh, he shined so much. He really did. I think this is just at the shrine, since this is her place. There we go. Look at her. She's so beautiful. This area was very pretty to find and come across, and I think the way to get these cherry blossoms is a very creative way and very fitting for Sumeru, for Inazuma. And then to come across the shrine, it's a very nice place, and it's something that I'm glad people can connect with, you know, in the different side things, like the fortune, grabbing your fortune. We'll try our luck. Oh no, we got misfortune. Inazuma, the nation of lightning, is far away across the sea and can only be reached by boat. We met Kazuha, a native Inazuman traveling with a fleet who'd been wandering the world just like us, and together discussed many things concerning Inazuma. We heard about the Grand Narukami Shrine's fortune slips and how popular they are among believers. We sometimes go draw a slip or two ourselves, when we're feeling lucky, of course. We weren't feeling very lucky today. I shouldn't have drawn. From Inazuma, we now have Sumeru. And Sumeru, I feel like it's like a little hidden gem, you know? The way to get to it, where it's located, it feels like it's tucked away. And then when you get here, you're like, oh my gosh, this is a really big place. The music in Sumeru is very calming and relaxing. And to come across it the first time, I think it fit the area and the vibes of the new region 100. Like it was a very, I mean, the music again, you can't really go wrong with any of the music in Genshin. It's been fitting all of the different emotions, the different locations, everything. But Sumeru made it feel really, really calming, but also like magical at the same time. It's kind of interesting how it has that effect. I think one of the flowers, the Padisara, it just reminds me of Paradisium, which is like paradise. I think that's roughly, I mean, this is what it makes me think of. It makes me think of paradise. So this music, I think, really strongly reflects the mysteriousness and calmness and, you know, fantasy that is usually associated with paradise. Very cool. Huh? Oh, it's you, Ray. What's the plan today? We're here to take some pictures of Sumeru City. Photography. True academia researchers often come here to snap a few shots of the city. Most who do are from Bahumana and Kershaw, apparently to study urban infrastructure and architectural history or something like that. Aren't you familiar with the Darshams? Not really. I just know about their research fields and how they set their courses up. I'm still a long way from being a real scholar, though. But if you wanted to take the selection exam, but if you wanted me to take the selection exam, I doubt I'd pass even the first round of the written test. I wish I could reach the level of researcher, of course, but it's still a dream at the moment. You can do it, Kale. Thanks so much. Anyway, I'll do my best to learn the basics first. Honestly, I'm just happy to learn something new every day. And right now, my goal is to be the best forest ranger I can be. Guiding those who've gotten lost in the rainforest, helping people who've accidentally ingested poison, protecting the rainforest flora and fauna. We forest rangers do lots of things. Everyone needs me, and I'm more than willing to help. I've only done a couple of little things here and there, but still, everyone recognizes my work. Guess I'm lucky to have all these people who care about me, and to have made friends with someone as amazing as you. Glad that we're friends, Kale. Alright, if there's anything I can help you with, just let me know. Help me take some pictures. Fun pose. Yeah, Sumeru is such a very large place, though. It's easy to get overwhelmed in it. But the good thing about Genshin is you can take the game at your own pace. It doesn't have to be... You don't have to finish everything right away. You can do it over time. It's not like the game's going anywhere, or the quest for that matter. Unless it's in a limited event, I should say. Oh, I'm blocking her. I like this. That's a nice one. You don't realize how big Sumeru is, I feel like, until you really get to the desert. And you're like, oh my goodness. We're still in Sumeru? There are a lot of places I haven't even been to in the desert, or even unlocked for that matter. The stories that I have seen and done, and the areas that have been unlocked through that, have been really cool to learn about the mission begins. I guess just like backstory or something. You know, it's pretty cool. There we go. Now this is the one. The one and only. Like these story quests, I feel like have gotten a lot more elaborate over the course of the game being out. And the cutscenes, they're just like really top notch. It's really nice to see Genshin really dedicate like really good quality cutscenes to just their character story quests, not so much just for the main Archon quest. We've always had it from the beginning, but I feel like now with these newer characters, we're getting into more heavier topics, more heavier scenarios. So it's nice. Sumeru has both rainforest and desert within its bounds. We met and made friends with Kale, a forest ranger, on the way to Sumeru City in the heart of the rainforest. After leaving that region, we plunged into sands that stretched across the horizon, with the mausoleum of King Deshret leaving a deep impression. Now to Fontaine. So you did come over. I was wondering if you'd notice me. Looks like my concealment failed this time. Oh well, I didn't put much effort into it anyway. One moment. Observation mode off. Chat mode activated. Previous observation indicates that you are more likely to be enjoying the scenery than just wandering about. Are you here on business? Looking for someone to help with some photos. Photos. Have you finally decided to end your travels and work at the Steambird? Understandable. An adventurer's income is unstable, and you have Paimon to feed as well. That can't be easy. Aye, but they're real slave drivers. 6 days off, 6 days of work, 1 day off. I'm a loyal member of the Adventurers Guild. I didn't expect you to be so earnest about the guild. My apologies for the joke. I did not mean to doubt your adventurous spirit. If you come here to take pictures, they must be of the court of Fontaine. Sharp as always. Many steamboat reporters come here to take panoramic shots of the court, and sometimes they gossip on the side. All I need to do is keep a low profile and listen silently. But having come so many times, I've picked up some photography skills along the way. So do you require an assistant? We need to model more, really. Understood. I prefer work that doesn't require much talking anyway. How do you want me to pose? Yes, I like the thumbs up. The double thumbs up. This was another area I really enjoyed coming across. Because it's so grandiose. Fontaine, as a music person, Fontaine is so refreshing to be in. Because there are so many connections with music. Like, surprisingly. It's a beautiful place. It's just child. Ooh. Ooh, okay. I like this one. What does he look like? Ooh, this is good. Fontaine was very surprising, especially the quest, when he just makes an appearance. Like, in a way it made sense because Child is Hydro, but it was also kind of random. But I love that. I mean, Child's my favorite character. He has been since day one. So to see him get some more quest and screen time it's been really nice. Child mains have been fed well over the years. I'm really looking forward to Snezhnaya, where we can get a little bit, hopefully, well, maybe not a little, like a lot more information on Child. That'd be really nice. But I don't think we have to wait very long. If Natlan's already out. After passing through a port built into a waterfall, we finally entered Fontaine, the nation of Hydro. The magician's assistant, Lynette, put up a grand performance for us at the Opera Epiclese, and we became tacit friends in the process. The romanticism that flows through the court of Fontaine streets on an ocean breeze will stay in our memories forever. We're going back to Mondstadt, where it all began. This is so nice. This is where it all started. Oh, hi Paimon. Over here, over here. Remember this place? It's where our journey began. We've been to so many places since then. Time really flies, huh? Just thinking about it makes Paimon kinda emotional. Ooh, she could write a poem right now. Please go right ahead, oh great bard, Paimon. Ah, vast Teyvat, how far we've traveled, yet not seen your full breath. That's okay. And the thought's gone. Yeah, laugh it up. Paimon's used to it by now. But seriously, it's easy to forget where we started after all this traveling. For example, Paimon can't remember what sweet madames taste like nowadays. Really? We make so many of them. And that was one of her favorite dishes, too. That's why Paimon bought this album in the first place, to take pictures of the places we've been and the people we've met. The end is close once we get back to where we started. That happens pretty often in light novels and films, doesn't it? That's why we're taking a picture here. Not to feel all sad and stuff, but because we hope to always remember the road we've taken. All the better to tread the road ahead. Paimon is evolving. Have you been eavesdropping on my conversations with Kazu? Come on. We were trying to create an atmosphere here, and now it's all gone. Don't worry, I understand what you mean. We'll forge ahead. Sure, as long as you get it. Alright, your model for this picture is going to be Teyvat's #1 guide. So what pose? Oh. Yes. Paimon's ready. She stretch. Oh, that's cute though. I feel like Traveler is always constantly tired. That was a good one though. The newest area. The further we've gone, the more I've realized how vast and lonely this world is. Our adventure continues, and new horizons await our exploration. We have to think a lot about what we've encountered in Genshin over the last 4 years. It's been a lot, from all the characters, all the areas, all the different regions, the music, the stories, the quests. It's a lot has happened. Is Genshin a perfect game? No. Is there such thing as a perfect game? I don't even know anymore. But Genshin, it has a lot of connections to people, deep connections. And if you've been playing for the 4 years, or if you've been playing for a week, it's something that I think will grow on you if you give it the time. I've been playing this game for 4 years. It's brought me closer to friends that I've never even met before, and it's given me a way to release stress, to get rid of tension. I came to Genshin, and Genshin came about at a really stressful time in the world, and for people that have been playing, that it's just become a comfort game for them. Much like me. Oh look, the volcano. For people that Genshin's become a comfort to them, they're not playing. I mean, they're playing for the story, but like they're still playing because it's a comfort, right? So I'm excited that Genshin's been around for as long as it has been, and that it's still bringing in new people. It's still bringing in new music, new areas, new characters, all of the above. It's still drawing people in. And I'm excited to see where it continues to grow from here. Remember, it's not a perfect game, but it's become a comfort to a lot of people. And yeah. So happy 4 years, Genshin. Been playing for 4 years. It's interesting to see how I have grown and what's changed in my life, but the one thing that's been kind of a consistent has been this game and child. But in all seriousness, happy 4 years, and I'm excited to see how this game continues to grow and how these characters continue to grow.